Internet, good morning. My name is Pokemon Trainer Steve, aka Magnitude, and welcome back to the worst Pokemon TCG card, episode 3. The series we open one pack every week, and you guys vote on which card was the worst, and then the card that was voted on gets added to the Wall of Trash. Let's see, the Wall of Trash now has a North from week 1, and you guys voted on Spearow. Looks like most of you voted for Spearow. This card was easily the worst out of all of them. So we're opening another pack this week that is going to be X and Y Evolutions, and we're going to vote on the worst card to be added to the Wall of Trash for next week. So let's get that underway. Let's go ahead and open this pack right here. Figure open it on this camera, and then we'll go down to... Oh, we got a little throwback. Do you guys remember when Nidoran was Psychic type in the card game? Way back in the day. Double Stab. Has a chance to do... Wait a minute. So if you hit... Hold on. 10 damage times number of heads. So if you get 0 heads, you do 0 damage. That's horrible. That is absolutely awful. You guys remember that when Psychic was weak to Psychic back in the day? Do you remember that? That's some throwback shit right there. So this is early contender for worst card of the pack because this is his trash. So it could do 0 damage, or at most it could do 20. I mean, obviously it can involve Nidoking, but that's something else. Yo, Ponyta real quick. Smash Kick Flametail. So the art on Ponyta, so the art in these cards back in the day were very, very basic. They had a background that was like somebody drew like a beach or a field, and they threw some kind of a render of a Pokemon on there. Though the shadowing on this Pokemon's pretty nice, and the shadow on this Pokemon's pretty nice, so I'm glad they stuck with that. So Ponyta is here, and Ponyta, there's one tree in the background. I imagine that one tree is represented for the one person who actually likes this card. I also like back in the day how it had these like little... Look at this Nidoran, guys, is level 20. It should have evolved by now. I don't care what the rules are. It should have evolved by now. It's trash. Ponyta, level 10. You're not going to see that shit anywhere. So Smash Kick, Flametail, not bad. It can do 30 damage. Now, we got to think this now back in the day of when these cards essentially kind of came out. What happens is the game back then was much, much different. So this Ponyta could evolve in Rapidash, which back in the day was not a bad card. But right now, it goes Smash Kick, Flametail. You should probably only running this in a Fire-type deck only, so why would you even bother with a Smash Kick ever? Just get them 2 Fire Energies, unless you get double color. Drowsy, Pound, and Confuse Ray, level 13. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused, so you can get 2 energy to do 10 damage and confuse them. Now, with Pokemon's confused, it can sometimes hit themselves in confusion, which is nice. I always have this image of like Drowsy in my head, and he goes, "All right, 6 dimensions," and then it's like a fucking, it's like a Nidoking, and he's like, "Ah, oh, shit, I get length and width and depth, and then time is 4, but I can't even fathom past 5." And when he starts, starts swinging himself, and he falls to the ground confused because he can't even fathom the 10 dimensions, let alone the 6. That Drowsy's over there like smoking a pipe, just like, yeah, fucking got another one. Just got another one. Pokemon, I don't really smoke pipes all that often, so the fact of doing this for effect should really, really drive home that I fucking got him. It was more of like a marijuana joint, but I don't advocate drugs, so. Next up, we have Electabuzz. Thunder Shock, Thunder Punch, flip a coin. He's like, yo, do I smell? Bro, come here. Smell me? I put on deodorant, but I feel like after an hour and a half of ball, no, am I good? Am I good? Okay, I'm good. A self-conscious Electabuzz, really it's one of the best Electabuzz you want to have. You don't want to have a Pokemon, doesn't care how it presents itself, doesn't care how it smells, doesn't care how it looks. Because in like 7 years, Electabuzz, things called contests are gonna appear, and you're gonna fucking really care about that shit going forward. So it helps now, back in the frame of 20 years ago, in 1997, it's gonna really be a big help for you. So get into that now, and then later. What happens when somebody, like a trainer, dies? Do the Pokemon just get stuck in Pokeballs forever? Do little kids take them? There probably is in the anime. There's probably some like teenager and he goes, yeah, these Pokemon were my parents, and he was fucking killed in like a ride-on accident or something. I don't know how that would work, but you never see that, so maybe a system should get in place. I keep hitting the camera and I really apologize. Next up, yo, story time. Vulpix was the first Pokemon card I ever got in my life. When I was younger, it was actually 1999, and I remember that because the same group of people I was with went to go see the Phantom Menace in theaters. I remember dropping my Skittles on the ground in the movie theater while, during the opening part of the movie while the Droidicas were rolling around the Federation ship. I remember not really caring about Star Wars at that time. So I was with this like summer camp group, and I knew it was 1999. I remember some kid had Pokemon cards, and there was this, okay, I gotta think how to describe this to you because this is a very obscure thing I want to tell you. So there was like this wood, there's like this cardboard kind of box, and it had like 2 like lips, okay, it had 2 lips, and then there were these like plastic like pucks that we would push against the lip, and they would fly off at the other side, and the goal would be to bounce them off the wall and get them into a goal. So it's kind of like air hockey, but anyway. So this kid had that and Pokemon cards, and I said, yo, can I have one of your Pokemon cards? I don't have any. I'm 8. I don't have the financial means to get one. He's like, yeah, man, he beat me in this thing. So I beat him, and he gave me a Vulpix. And this was the start of my Pokemon obsession, this fucking card here. So it's weird to think that if I didn't win that exchange, oh, I probably would have found a Pokemon somewhere else, but I never would have. And now this Vulpix is a special place in my heart for that one reason. This card's never going to get anywhere else. No one else is going to give a shit about this card, but I will. It can also confuse people. The Confusion Twins. This Fire-type Confuse Ray, boys. Get in the time machine. Your turn does not end if the Pokemon attached this. If the Pokemon this card is attached to becomes Mega Venusaur X. It's hollow. Yeah, boy! Mega Venusaur X, my man. All right, so obviously, guys, not going to be the worst card. And I can use a Venusaur Spirit Link with that, so he could Spirit Evolve into like a Goonimon or something. The ever so classic Trainer Maintenance. Shuffle 2 cards in your deck with Trainer cards, so who gives a fuck? Yo, Japanese Executor? What is that? It's like if Weevil Underwood and like Professor X and, or Professor Oak and Sai had a baby right there. So this is a rare. It is a Japanese... You know what? Listen, I got this pack, right? It's a Generate Evolutions pack. What is it supposed to be? Oh, restores the very first Pokemon cards to... Okay, so that's what... I thought there was an outside chance that I'd stumbled upon some kind of, like, pack of old cards that wasn't supposed to be in there, but it was. So, this Japanese Executor is sick. If you become a patron of mine, you have a chance to get this card in the weekly... I send out cards a week to everybody, or to one patron every week. More than $1, more than to me. So, this Executor obviously is not it. Misty's Determination. Discard a card from your hand. If you look at the top 8 cards of your deck, put one of them in your hand. That's really good. And, of course, a code. So, let us do a little recap. We have Executor, Vulpix, Drowsy, Ponyta, we have Electabuzz, and we have Nidoran. So be sure to vote in the description. There's a link. Be sure to vote on that link, and we'll add one more card. One more entry into the wall of trash. Hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see each and every one of you next time. Good night.